So I thought I'd jump on here and do a little whip and chat with you. I'm working on my dragon. Yeah, I know, it's too far away. But I'm working on him. But I wanted to jump on. My last video, I think it was my last video. No, that was this morning. Yesterday, I had made a video talking about Bella. Well, for all the newcomers, y'all know what I'm trying to say. For all you new ones that have subscribed, thank you for subscribing. I just looked, our channel has grown to over 700. That just blows my mind. What little I've got. But anyway, I've talked about Bella, and you probably think, okay, who's Bella? Well, come here, baby. This is Miss Bella. She's a 7-pound little Spitfire. And she loves to give kisses, as you can tell. Yes, Mama loves you too. Here's her little dress. It's got a leash attachment. I make her clothes for her, and they Velcro. You don't say hi to them. See them? You don't say hi. You don't say hi. Yeah. She lays down here in her little bed. Now, when I do Temu hauls, I sit on the couch, and of course she's right there beside me. I've got to wipe my glasses off. I got a tongue print up. And if you got fur, baby, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes I don't know if it's my eyes. Okay. It's still a little better. And I'm drinking healthy water. I'm drinking vitamin water. And it is orange. It's flavored and other natural flavors with vitamin C and zinc to help support your immune system. And since I've been sick, I thought I would drink this. It's 250% antibiotic vitamin C, 100% vitamin B3, B5, B6, and B12, and 2.8 milligrams of zinc. So I am, and no sugar. I am drinking healthy today. So let's get on with this. So I hope everyone's had a great day. I got a nosebleed this morning. I was getting ready to go to church and my nose started bleeding. Of course, I take baby aspirin for my heart. Nothing big, nothing to worry about. She's eating dog food, so if you hear crunching, that's it. So I figured that's why it was bleeding. So nothing to worry about. So like I said, I hope everyone has had a great day. Oh, my heart goes out to those in Nebraska with all this terrible weather. Because I know what it's like. My family, in 1971, we lived in Butler County. Long ways, well, quite a ways off. We was in a tornado, and sometimes you'll hear me mention my sister Connie, that's how she got killed. She lived a month in the hospital. She'd broken her neck, and a thing had went, a piece of wood had went through her, and she lived a month. She would have been paralyzed from the neck down if she had survived. She was 17. My sister Donna was 15, and I was 11. When it happened. And like I said, it happened many, many years ago. But when it mentions tornadoes, I go for shelter. And I have videoed me at church. So, it was that day changed all of our lives, because my sister Connie had talked about wanting to be a stewardess. My sister Donna wanted to be some kind of secretary and work in an office. And of course I was 11, so I had no dreams, you know. I was just out there. But that night, when we got hurt in a tornado, it changed. Of course, Connie passed away. Donna was, like I said, 15. My mom wore a cast on her leg for 2 years and 6 months. I remember it because she kept counting. I got a drink. She almost lost her leg a couple of times. A couple of times we thought she was going to lose her leg. Of course, she was diabetic, so that didn't help the healing process. And so, like I said, we lived in Butler County, small little county at Round Hill. Even smaller because we had 2 grocery stores, a garage, and that was it, and a post office. And the post office and the store was in the same building. Then we had an old country store. But anyway, day was pretty. I remember us running and playing. We lived in a big 2-story house. We hadn't moved there long, or lived there. Well, maybe that's the word I should have used. And it had a big concrete porch. About, I guess it was that tall, maybe taller, solid concrete. And my brother slept upstairs. There was 1 bedroom upstairs. But he was on a date, so he wasn't at home. Uncle Carl and Marie and their son come because they had heard that somebody had told them that Daddy had died. Let me tell you, people were always calling family members saying my daddy had died. But anyway, they come because at that time we just moved there not too long, and we didn't have a phone. Back then, you didn't have cell phones. Didn't even know what a cell phone was, I don't think. But anyway, it was night, getting dark. We was watching TV. Nothing come across TV. They didn't have the warnings back then like they do now. And all of a sudden, it started hailing. And my dad always took us to shelter. He'd take us to bridges, we'd camp, there'd be a little creek and there'd be a place up. And no, it didn't flood enough to get to where we was at. We'd build a campfire. He always made it seem like we was camping. And I remember we'd fish and stuff, and then when it got really bad and started lightning and stuff, we'd get up underneath the, a metal steel bridge. Yeah. Now I look back, that wasn't the best decision. But anyway, he was trying to keep us safe. And so that was the whole point of that. And so my Uncle Carl and his wife Marie and their son Carl Jr. come to check. And as they was there, nothing come across the news. It started hailing. Daddy went and got a rain jacket and put on me. And he said, we need to go somewhere. And now this is how fast it happened. I remember him putting the jacket on me and tying. It was a big, thick rain jacket. And I don't even think it was mine because I remember it was so heavy. And he zipped it up and he was tying it. And he said, we need to go somewhere. Next thing I remember is laying on the floor being picked up, and it felt like sand hitting me in the face. It was so hot. And so I remember that, and I was screaming for Mama. You know, I was little, I wanted my mom. I don't know what I thought she could do, but I was screaming. I remember screaming for Mama. And then I hit. And then it started raining. And I raised up, and I could see the stars. When I looked up, I could feel the rain hitting me. And I heard Daddy say, I'm going to put you with Donna. Well, the guy across the street, his son come to check on him. And he stopped and saw what was going on. He helped Daddy put us in the back of his truck because an ambulance was coming, but somebody stopped him and said, no, it's the other way, and sent him the other way. Now, I remember him put me in the truck, and he said, Donna, look after Linda. And I remember getting really close to her, and she put her arm around me. Sorry. Even back then, she tried to protect me. Sorry. and I got really close to her. Then he found Mama. Now, Uncle Carl and Marie and Carl Jr., they got a few scratches and bruises, but not hurt. And they was up and got in this guy's vehicle. I can't think of his name. He found Mama. She was under a bunch of trees. Her leg was barely hanging on, and she was scalped. He got her, put her in the truck. Now, the doctor said why we didn't bleed to death was because when the wind was so hot, it cauterized. It stopped the bleeding. But I say it was God that stopped the bleeding. He was watching over us. Because we could have lost arms, legs, our eyes. We could have lost a lot. We lost a sister. But as active as she was, she went 24/7. Loved to go with my sister Tony. Loved my sister Tony. And they'd go camping and stuff. She wouldn't have wanted to live paralyzed from the neck down. She would have not wanted that. She's in a better place. But as a kid, I thought it was hard. Then they found Connie. Of course, Daddy didn't know her neck was broke. He should have never moved her, but he didn't know that. Him and the guy picked her up and put her in the truck, and they took us to town. And when we got to town, they pulled up at the hospital, and I could hear the doctors as they come out and was getting us. I could see the lights on in the hospital, and by that time it was pouring down rain. We were soaked, but I couldn't see the people. The doctor said we'd blocked the people out. My dad got us in the hospital and turned and started to walk away. And the orderly said, "Where you think you're going?" He said, "I'm going to go and find my family. I got to find them a home when they get out." He said, "Not with your arm in the shape it's in." Daddy had a scar here on his arm. Big chunk was cut out and the skin was just hanging. So that's why I empathize with, is that the right word? With people that's gone through tornadoes. That's why when I hear tornadoes hitting towns, even though you survive a tornado, the effects of going through that, and Debbie Gets Crafty probably can testify to this too, because she probably still, when it talks about tornadoes, gets a little unsettling because she had one to come through and damage their home. And thank God they was not hurt. So she probably could understand. So that's why I go to shelter when there's tornado warnings. And people that says, it ain't going to happen, please don't ever think that. Please be on alert. When the weather people, we have some fantastic weather people now, and they're more equipped when they say a tornado's in the, you're under a tornado warning. Please be careful. Please watch out. Don't just shrug it off as nothing. Because our house was totally destroyed. Totally. Nothing. But this is how a tornado is. It totally destroyed our house. Right against the back of the house was a rick of wood. Not one stick was moved. Not one stick. In the barn, it got destroyed. That was right behind our house. There was a trough with some puppies. Trough was left. The barn was destroyed. Now those puppies, let me tell you, you'd make the least little sound and it would terrify them. But for years later, after the tornado, for the first year after the tornado, I think my whole family, we rocked. It was like, for me, it felt like I was in a dream, and any moment I was going to wake up. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't take storms lightly. Don't think, oh, it won't happen here. Just because it's never happened, don't mean it can't. Just use some common sense. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. So, when it's stormy here, I go to church. Now, do I think the church is not going to get hit? I feel safer in the church because its foundation is concrete, but the structure is steel. Plus, it's not by the river. And what they say is, when you're in a tornado, it doesn't just come through and sweep you. You just fall, you just fall on the ground. It picks you up. And what happens is, when it gets so full, you spill out of. So it's not much telling how high up we went. And what happened, when it come up the river, it picked up all those trees. And when it got to our place, it picked us up, but then it dumped everything. We had one tree in the front yard. When they went to clean that off, they got 7 truckloads of logs off that where we were. So that's how full that tornado was. And it was said to be an L4. Now, I don't know. I just know they're nothing to play with. And I thank God I survived. But, yeah, I've got some stories. Let me tell you. I don't know how I got on. Oh, because I said I was praying for Nebraska, and I could feel how those people feel. And I've had people to make fun of people when they say, I'm scared of storms, I try to go somewhere. Don't never make fun of nobody. You know, that's just rude on your part. If that person's scared of storms, then let it be. But sorry I went on and on about that, but I wanted you to know where I stand. My heart goes out to anybody that's been in any kind of storm. Yeah, back to my nosebleed. We jumped from tornadoes to nosebleeds. I think Tita would call that a squirrel thaw. I take, like I said, I take a baby aspirin. So, and I was having some sinus issues this morning. Sinus or allergies. It seems like my allergies acts up more if it's windy. I think because it stirs up the dust. And therefore, that's what I'm allergic to. Of all the things to be allergic, I'm allergic to dust. But Pastor's wife, she's allergic to dust. Oh my gosh, look at the time. Time flies. As they say, time flies when you're having fun. I guess I'll have to let you go, guys. But thank you for stopping by. Thank you that have subscribed. Thank you for those that just stop and give a thumbs up. Hey, that's okay. I appreciate it. I appreciate anything you do. God bless you. Have a great day. Rest of the day because it's almost 6 here. Hang in there and don't give up. That's my motto for this year. Don't give up. God bless you. Bye.